Hello, and welcome to today's episode of our Quality in a Quick video series. My name is Bob Cruz, President and co-founder of Checkpoint Technologies. Today's topic that I want to share with you is actually about hiring great engineers and the value of games in that process. The way this came about was a number of years ago, our Director of Professional Services and I were finding it challenging to hire great engineers that had a solid aptitude for test automation frameworks. And during our discussions, one of us used the word abstract thinking. And that got me back to many years ago, about 30 years ago, when I applied to be an air traffic controller. And as part of that process, they actually gave me a test with over 200 problems where they showed you a number of either diagrams or numbers, and then you had to select out of another group of diagrams or numbers which one would come next in the series. So that was what they used to identify those with solid abstract thinking. And we actually started doing that for our hiring process. And we here at Checkpoint Technologies have actually started using that as part of our continuing development process. So I want to share a few brain teasers with you now. One is focused more on creative thinking. So imagine, if you will, that you are in a room, and in that room, there's only 3 light switches and 1 door. And those 3 light switches are marked A, B, and C. And when you go through that door, it automatically closes behind you, and you go down a hallway, and in another room, there are 3 light bulbs. So you've got to figure out which of those light switches correlate, map to which of the light bulbs. So how are you going to do that? And by the way, you are allowed only 1 trip through that door and down that hallway. So how could you possibly do that? So think about that for just a second. And the answer to that is, with those light switches, which you're allowed only 1 trip at, you would turn, let's say, light switch A on, and you would leave light switch A on. Light switch B, turn it on for 60 seconds and then turn it off. Leave light switch C off entirely. Once you're done doing that, walk down the hallway, and obviously the light switch that is on maps to light switch A. The light bulb that is off but warm or hot maps to light switch B. And then the light bulb that is cold and off goes to C. So again, great little brain teasers to help identify those with some creative thinking skills. Now here's another test for you, and I'm going to use a trusty index card here. So imagine that you've got a series of numbers in front of you. 8, 27, 64, blank, 216, and 343. What number belongs in that blank? So think about that for just a second, and then I'm going to show you the next problem. Take a look at these diagrams. So you've got 4 diagrams in front of you, and then notice the following 4 diagrams, and out of the following 4 diagrams marked A, B, C, and D, which of those diagrams, A, B, C, or D, would come next in the series? So I'm going to share the answers with you. So for the first one, in that blank, you should see the number 125. That's what you should have chosen. And the reason for 125, if you take a look at all of those numbers, you're going to see 8 is 2 cubed, 27 is 3 cubed, 64 is 4 cubed, and so on. You get the idea. And then in the diagrams, that answer is C would come next in that series. So we started utilizing these again to identify abstract thinking, something very, very helpful. All sorts of other games as well. If you have any questions or would like any other ideas, I tell you, I got a million games I could share with you. Please feel free to email me. And when you do email me at this email address for our Quality in a Quick series, throw in any ideas you have as well as any topics you'd like to see covered. In addition to that, here are some very exciting upcoming events Checkpoint Technologies has that we'll hope you'll be able to join us. So until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.